for the one, the only NYY News. Guys, sorry, I think I started there with no mic sound, so the mic sound will be popping in. Let me go ahead and make sure that I get this tweeted out there as I make sure that all of you guys do the same thing if you don't mind. So it is 6:57. We're going to give everybody some time to join, and then we will jump right into the show, conversations, and everything else you guys want to talk about. So guys, give me a minute as I go ahead and share this out. If you guys do not mind to do the same exact thing, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. I'm doing that right now as we speak. Give me 1 second. Let's break some records today. Let's break some records today. Let's get a ton of likes. Like the chat if you have not yet. And then it's really hard to type with one hand. So, join now. All right, 6:58. So we're going to give everybody the 7 o'clock, as I said, to go ahead and take some time and join. And then we're going to get right into it. All right, perfect. Let me bring this other stuff back up that I want to chat about a little bit. I'm feeling good because Brian Cashman is out here confirming everything that I've been telling you guys. And then, probably throwing some bullshit in there too, because that's what Cash does. Let's see. All right, cool. We got 50 plus in here, guys. Go ahead and get those likes up. And we will get to it here momentarily. Let's see what everybody is up to. Don, what is going on? Rodiger, what's up, my friend? Anthony, Jared, Tyler, Johnny, my man. Brad, we got everybody there. C. Bueno, Ryan, Arby, fam up in the room. Joe, we got fam up in the room. We got fam up in the room today. Moise is my friend. NYY News #1. Let's go Yankees. Terry, Matt G, Anthony. We got the whole crew up in here. Now, if you have not told your friends, tell your friends. Look, my medication is kicking in. I ain't feeling no pain. Your boy ain't holding back today. We going in. I might do some ranting. We're going to have some conversation. We're going to do the things that we do right here. Pedro, what's going on, man? Kicking with Roy. Fam. Guys, look, don't worry about me and the shoulder. Your boy gonna get through this. And I'm gonna be fabulous and better than ever before. When the doctor told me, he said, you had the tears before the dislocation. I do find out on Thursday, guys, about the rotator cuff, so I'll let you guys know about that. But he said, you do understand when you completely heal up, you're gonna be stronger than ever before. And a big smile came on my face, and I said, I'm ready. Let's get through this 4 to 5 months, and let's get back to work. Nah, man, I'm really hyped today, man. So much conversation coming out today. So much news out there to unpack. And guys, look, I am not confident when Brian Cashman speaks, because I don't fall into that hole. A lot of Yankee fans fall into that hole. They fall into the nonsense and they eat it up. So we're going to break down all that. This is just a jump right now, right? We got 7:01 on the clock. We're going to get into it now. We got a lot of people joining. Guys, get those likes up for me. Please do me that favor and click that little thumbs up. Let's get those likes up. Let's get them going. And then, guys, there's a lot of news to unpack today. A lot of it was confirmed by our guy, Brian Cashman. So we're going to go over each of those early on. We'll go over all the information. I'll answer your guys' questions. We'll do all the stuff that we normally do. So let's go ahead. Let's jump right into it. Biggest news, I would say, of the day is that there's already confirmation out there that the Yankees have interest in Matt Olson. And that is something that the Yankees have already engaged in. Now, guys, I will tell you this. Do not be shocked if you see the Yankees make a trade or two within the next week. Now, me saying that does not mean that they're going to go out there and pick up Matt Olson in the next couple of days, because that could take time, considering there's going to be loads of teams involved. But remember, the Yankees have the Rule 5 coming up. I could definitely see them knocking some players off that by trading them for potentially guys they want to keep on there. Randy Vasquez being one of them. If you guys remember, he was originally part of the deal for Joey Gallo, and that came out. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. My friend, right there, starting off with the super chats. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much for the sticker, the one up. Hey, man, we're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep riding. NYY News, you guys already know. Joe, you know I got you, Joe. Killer Joe. Pete, who was first on the Matt Olson before anybody else? Killer Joe. Killer Joe, dating back to last year, was telling us they got to go get Matt Olson. Matt Olson's going to be available. Get Matt Olson. So Killer Joe gets all the credit. So Matt Olson's there. There is nothing that I'm aware of anything that is close as of right now, but you can see where that deal could work. So continuing to stay on the Matt Olson thing, we know the Yankees are interested. We know the Yankees are pushing. We know they're going to work on a couple of things. Johnny brings up something right there that I wanted to tell people about. He says, I have a feeling Torres is gone. Look, this is the one thing I tell people about, and I warned them about ahead of time, okay? One of the main things that I warn everybody about is that the Oakland A's are going to have a ton of interest in Matt Olson. If you guys are to believe that the New York Yankees are just going to give up Oswald Peraza and Luis Gil, and they're going to accept that. That's not how it works, guys. So I'm giving everybody the little, take it easy, okay? Because look, Oakland is going to have they're going to have a shitload of interest in Matt Olson. The Yankees are going to be interested. This is actually a move that I believe the New York Yankees need to work on faster. Brian Reynolds with the super chat. My friend, no question. Just keep doing what you do, Brian. You have my word on that. I will keep doing what I do. The Oakland A's have every right to go to the Yankees and go, look, if Volpe's not in this deal, we don't have a trade. They have every right to go to the Yankees and say, if Torres is not in the deal, we do not have a trade. That's the way this works. All the leverage is in the court of the Oakland Athletics. That's the way this works. So I see a lot of people go out there and go, we're going to give up Luke Voigt. Oh, there you go. Michael K today. Torres and Luke Voigt. Michael K is about as dumb as a fucking box of rocks if he thinks that's the case. And I know he doesn't because he's a smarter guy than that. It's going to cost more than that. Matt Olson is going to hurt. Olson is going to hurt. It's not going to cost Torres. Look, if it cost Torres and Voigt, I think the deal would have been done already. I'm just keeping it real. You're likely losing Oswald Peraza. You're likely losing Luis Gil and much more. It's not going to be easy to get it because, guys, you got to remember, if Freddie Freeman leaves, you got the Braves right there. You got teams like the White Sox that could use them, contenders. Okay? And that's just the jump. You got a lot of guys out there. Well, Bowden's always wrong. No reason to beat up Jim Bowden, but he's always wrong. Jim Bowden is always off. And if you listen to Jim Bowden, deadlines, everything else, Jim Bowden's always off. But Matt Olson they're going to want a lot for Matt Olson. Okay, so I take back what I said about Michael K because he said it would take more than that, and that's correct. It would definitely take more than that. Apologies to Michael K. It's going to take a lot to get Olson, simple as that. So for a lot of the Yankee fans, forget your little trade scenarios, okay? Forget them because it's not going to be what it's going to finally be if the Yankees get Olson. My understanding is that the Yankees, you got 3 options right now for first base. I'll tell you them. I'll tell you the 3 options for first base. You ready? You got some pen and paper? You want to write it down? You want to tweet me and say the source said it? You want to tweet it and say Pete said it? We're going to see. 3 options. And you guys probably know them with me. I'm not even counting one of the options because I doubt it. 1, Matt Olson. 2, Anthony Rizzo. 3, DJ LeMahieu. One of those 3 will be your first baseman. So again, this is something that even you guys likely knew. But now we got a little more confirmation on it because what I've been telling my team, the playground is loaded. And Brian Cashman gets to play in it all day. And if he doesn't, get ready. Get ready. So guys, if you don't mind, let me get a sip here and then I'm going to drink. I'm going to rant a little bit. Hey, my friend, thank you so much for the super chat. Would you give up Dominguez for Olson? Yes. 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 Capital yes. C. A wee. Yes. Hi. Every damn language I'm saying yes. I think that's right. I think that's it. Hi. It's one of those, yeah. I might get banned for doing I might get banned. I'm only supposed to use English, maybe. I don't know. I'm offending somebody out there. Hi! See? I don't know. But yes, across the board, yes. But guys, before we get into the next topic, I'll talk about Eric Chavez, who Brian Cashman also now confirms is happening, as I told you guys earlier. So let me go ahead and talk about this. So I might rant for a second. Cover your ears, guys. I might rant for a little bit. Guys, get the likes up. We got like 170 people in here, man. I love you guys. Get the likes up. I love you guys. I got to rant for a second, guys. You ready for this? This is a GM's dream offseason. This is a GM's dream offseason. If Brian Cashman does not fully fix this roster with the gift that he is given this offseason, they put out that tweet earlier about buying single game tickets. Buy Ugats. Buy Ugats this year. Make them earn it. Because let me tell you guys this. If the Yankees do not fix this roster, and I'm going to tell you what I mean by that because I want to be fair. I want to be fair. If they do not do enough to change this roster, and again, I'm a fair guy, so I'm going to tell you guys what needs to be changed. I think we all know it together. I don't think it's hard. I think we all know what needs to change. If that, and I'll be honest, I like the route they're going on coaching. I'm going to give them credit. I like what I'm hearing on the coaching front. Not Boone, but the other guys. I like what I'm seeing. Maturity, ball players, relation. I'll talk more about that. If the New York Yankees, folks, sit back and listen, have Gary Sanchez as a starting catcher, you're going to hear from me. And you should hear from every damn fan out there. If the Yankees don't add a first baseman, or if it's DJ and they fix short and third and improve there, I don't have a problem with it. Got to get a first baseman. if they don't improve at shortstop, if center field is Aaron Hicks, everything else needed to be improved. Plus, I need a really good fourth outfielder that I could play with him. Aaron Hicks should not be starting every day. Aaron Hicks, just because of his injury concern, should not be starting every day. Aaron Hicks needs to prove his worth to get back in there. If the Yankees do not add a starting pitcher or two, I don't want to hear no shit. Forget the bullpen. Forget the bullpen. Guys, and I'm not just saying this, I'm not being unfair. So when I tell you guys, as fans, we have every right to be mad and angry and hold this team accountable. When I say that, it's because look at the field. Look at the playing field. Look at the database. Look at the overall roster of players available to the New York Yankees. They got it all, guys. They got money. When you buy $30 chicken buckets, they got money. Don't fall into the bullshit. We got some latitude. You guys heard Brian Cashman today. We got some latitude. No, you're the Yankees, Cash. It's all in your name. Cash. You're going to be the cash man. Steinbrenner got it. It's okay. The free agent front, we should have covered. The trade pool, we know, is getting bigger by the moment and fitting very well for what our roster needs. You got catchers available via trade. You got center fielders available via trade. You got a first baseman available via trade. You got a third baseman available via trade. You got starting pitchers available via trade that don't cost shkarol. What I don't want, Anthony, thank you for the super chat. Pete, you're the best. Keep giving us the real. My whole life. Until I'm 6 feet under, you'll get realness from me. I give you my word on that one. What I don't want to see is the latitude not really be latitude. That's what I don't want to see. I don't want to see the New York Yankees say, hey guys, we got you Seager. Come on to the ballpark, enjoy. Maybe we made one other addition. Not enough. Gary's still behind the plate. Guys are going to be scared to bounce the ball. He's also not going to start in playoff games. It'll be the same shit. That's not what I want to see. I told you guys what I want to see. I'm only being fair here. If this was an off season where all this wasn't available, then maybe, they'd have beef there. They'd have beef. There's no beef. Rant over. We can move on. Hopefully most of you guys agree with me on that. If you don't, you don't have to. But let me know in the comments below right there. Let me know if you guys agree with that. Let me know if you agree with what I just said. That this is the offseason that tests Brian Cashman and the Yankees organization about winning. This is the offseason right here where one move doesn't cut it. Two moves doesn't cut it. They got to go out there and get real. They got to go out there and pound their chest and say, we are the New York Yankees. Simple as that. Raw, fam. Raw is fam. Let me tell you guys right now. Raw is fam. All right? The Yankees have to examine their entire farm system and figure out which prospect they want to invest in and put everyone else on the table. Yankees can't afford a prospect hug this season. Raw, I'm going to answer the question for you right now. You guys ready? Buckle up. Look, I already got my arms strapped in. Buckle up. You guys ready? Here we go. I'm going to answer the question for Ra and everybody else. Anthony Volpe. You want Dominguez in the right deal? You can have him. You want Luis Gil in the right deal? You can have him. Who else you guys want? You want Austin Wells? I like him a lot. You can have him. Who do you want? Arizona, who do you want? Pittsburgh, who do you want? Oakland, who do you want? Who do you want? Who do you want? That is Brian Cashman's mindset this offseason. If it's not, it ain't going to work. Remember what Cashman said? Remember what Boone said? There's a gap. It wasn't our gap. The league is catching up. They've been caught up. But he was right about that. Because the Blue Jays are going to get better. The Blue Jays are getting better. The Rays are still going to be the Rays. The Red Sox are going to put some money on the table. Anthony Rizzo may be their starting first baseman next year. The White Sox aren't going to chill. You might laugh at this. Texas is going to get a lot better. They're not going to compete, but they're going to be a tougher team to handle. When Trevor Story's playing shortstop for them potentially. Detroit may get better. Detroit may get a lot better. They might add Carlos Correa. Teams are going to have money to spend, guys. And they're going to go out there and spend it. The Yankees must make a major difference this offseason. Major difference this offseason. Moving on to coaching. And then, yes, you guys know I'll answer all your questions. Any rumors, we'll talk about what Brian Cashman said about Masahiro Tanaka, confirming my story and the news I put out there that, the Yankees would obviously monitor it. Again, what I am told is by a very, very good reporter, top of the line reporter. I told you guys this wasn't my regular guy, but there's no reason to deny this guy. He knows that he's very close with a scout that watches the teams over there. And he said flat out, Tanaka will come back. He wants to come back stateside, and he wants to return to the Yankees. That's the word. More and more of that's coming out now. We'll see where it goes, but I could definitely see the Yankees bringing him back for the end of that, back in that rotation, and see what they do there. But moving on to coaching, Brian Cashman also confirmed the information I put out there today about Eric Chavez being a guy that's been interviewed, that the Yankees are very interested in bringing him back. Brian Cashman confirms that, along with Luis Rojas, former Mets manager. Look, it's funny because when I first heard about Rojas, right, I said, I don't want nothing to do with the Mets. Luis Rojas is a player's guy. A lot of people say he just wasn't ready for that manager role. The Mets gave it to him. They don't do a lot of things right. But Luis Rojas on this club, I think there's something to maybe a lot of the Latino players having somebody they could go to in a native tongue to talk to a little bit that could really help. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think Luis Rojas is a great addition. Eric Chavez isn't as done as people think, but he's definitely been interviewed. My understanding is potentially first base or third base still. But I don't know if it's a bench coach job, but that's also a possibility. I would have loved Eric. I would have loved Eric Chavez as the manager of this club. He's that type of baseball mind. He's a guy that knows both sides of the game and really knows a lot. I should have information on a report fairly soon. If not, I'm not going to do it the same way, putting it all in one video. I'll release it separately because there's a lot more work that has to go into that stuff. And it makes it easier for me if it's broken down in sections and I could talk about it a little more. So Rojas will be a very good addition, and Eric Chavez will be a great addition. I like the way they're going with the coaching. I got to be honest with you guys. I don't like Aaron Boone. I grade that an F. I think Boone should be long, long gone away from this club. Think he's an absolute weasel. Think he's a joke. We even know now that even before the season ended and the Yankees weren't playing great, they had interest in re-signing Boone then. They just didn't do it because of all the layoffs due to COVID. They didn't think it would have looked nice. So they were going to re-sign Boone in 2020. So Boone was never going anywhere. And my prediction the whole time was he's not going to go anywhere just because they love him. And if Brian Cashman's here, he's not going to get rid of his guy. They'll make scapegoats, which they did, but I do like who they're putting right now as coaches. I like who they're putting right now as coaches. They're putting guys that have been around this game, that know the game, that build relationships, that I really believe can help guys out. And I think they are in a sense of, we're about our business. We're going to go out there and do our job. I like that. I like that. I like that. So the coaching side, I enjoy. I like where that's going. Now, next thing to talk about. Let me pull up some of the tweets that I had today so I make sure I cover a lot of what I wanted to talk about. Then you guys, of course, please get your questions in and we'll get to answering those. Cashman did confirm that he's speaking to 2 agents. I made a joke and said it was for Simmons and Iglesias. Guys, I'm joking. We likely know it's for Correa and Seager, who are represented by 2 different agencies there. So with that being said, we know there's interest there. You guys asked me who do I think is the better of the 2. I think Correa is the better of the 2. He's a better shortstop. He could stay shortstop for a while. Seager, the idea is he would play shortstop and then move to third. Thing I don't like is I think teams need a strong up the middle. Adding Seager will give the Yankees very poor defense up the middle. It'll give them very poor defense up the middle. And that does concern me a little bit. That definitely concerns me a little bit. I'll be blatantly honest. That certainly does concern me. Because having Seager at short and Torres at second, if that's the way it goes, you better get a Gold Glover at first. You better get a Gold Glover at first. You better get Olson. You better get Rizzo. I think DJ LeMahieu, a lot of people say it hurts his value. I think he would actually be a very good first baseman. I think he would be a good first baseman. I think his best position is second base. And you guys have known all along that I keep it honest. You guys have known when I made my lineup of the infield, I told you guys I want DJ LeMahieu as my second baseman. If that means if I move Torres, then I move him. If he's a part of an Olson deal, so be it. If he's a part of a Ketel Marte deal, so be it. If he's a part of a bigger starting pitcher deal that could potentially show itself, so be it. But I am also under the impression, guys, that I want more starting pitching on this team. Johnny, a lot of people have asked me, what are my predictions? Predictions are hard. I do think the Yankees go to route. I think they do get a shortstop. I'll be shocked if they lose out on that because they've been very vocal about it. And a lot of times they're vocal in the sense of they'll give like a tidbit, but they don't really go out and go, look, we're already working on that. And that's kind of what Cashman said today. And, a lot of what he said about like money, I didn't like because that could always be brought back. Well, we did increase our payroll. Yeah, but not what we expected it to be. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. My thing is you guys know where I stood. You guys know where I stand. I'm pretty serious about where I know this team needs to go. A lot of people hear me talk, go, Pete, but pitching. Why pitching? You guys saw my video. You can never have enough pitching. You need to add more pitching. Robbie Ray, for me, is a must-get, in my opinion. Now, is he the only guy I go get? Not necessarily. If you miss out on Robbie Ray, is Sean Manaea a nice addition? You better believe it. Would Bassett be a nice addition? You better believe it. Would Zach Gallen, if available, be a nice addition? Better believe it. Are there other names that are out there that will be really good additions? Yes. Would Verlander be a good addition if he's a back-end guy? Would Tanaka be a good addition? Yes. Yes. But that is my point about this offseason. Montas, yes. They'd all be good additions. That is my point about this season, this offseason that we're facing. If Brian Cashman comes back and gets Seager and he trades for Olson, guys, that's not a good offseason in my opinion. Some of you may disagree with me. That is not a good offseason for me. Not for what this team needs, because Aaron Hicks is in center field. They're banking on the same rotation, including younger guys stepping up again, including Tyone coming back from another injury, including Severino coming back from an injury and being healthy enough. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. This team needs more. This team, and look, there is no, we didn't have enough money. Other teams beat us in deals. This or that excuse that we've always heard about. As Arby says, the Marlins are waving in the air saying, guys, look, Lopez, Alcantara, they're all available. For the right deal, we'll make it. Anybody, look, I don't know about you guys, but I got the prospect pool on the table along with Gleyber Torres, and I'm hitting up Miami and I'm saying, hey, G, whoever in charge over there, what's the deal? Alcantara, what's the deal? Anybody denying that? Anybody in this chat not willing to send Gleyber Torres to Miami? Anybody not looking to do that? Johnny, my friend, I greatly appreciate your super chat. I still think we are getting Seager. I just strongly believe Torres is gone. People shouldn't forget Verlander. We'll see if Torres is gone. Look, guys, I've said this and I will say it again. I've said it on the podcast, Designated Spittaz podcast with Francis Lee. I said it and I'll say it again. You are going to know what this offseason is early. When you see the first moves start coming in. If the Yankees go out there and trade Gleyber Torres, buckle the fuck up. If the Yankees move on from Gary Sanchez, buckle up. If the Yankees don't offer on a silver platter center field to Aaron Hicks, buckle up because they've learned their lesson. But that is the only way you're going to see your boy patting him on the back. That is the only way you're going to see Pete Simonetti pat this club on the back. It's about time they recognize. Tyler, much love. NYY News fam, I greatly appreciate you. I'm assuming you're saying the Martian, not the Martin. Martin Lawrence is in the deal. The Martian, Torres, some pitching prospects. Damn right. You're damn right. They're all available right there. Look, Miami, guys. Before you leave this chat, you're going to be saying, I'm one in the mind with Pete. I agree with Pete. Pete is right. I will hold Brian Cashman's feet to the fire, and if they only get one guy, it's not enough. We're not going to fall for that trick no more. Look at the teams right now. Guys, look at everybody that's available. Are you out your mind to think we cannot add 4 to 5 to 6 players that really significantly increase this roster and fix it? Is it so hard to believe? Somebody told me today, they said, Pete, what would Jacob Stallings cost? What would a good pitching prospect and a secondary piece? A mid-tier guy. And that a relationship is already built. The Yankees need a guy that could catch the damn ball. I'm sick of this idea, but production. What production? Does Joey Gallo not make up Gary's production and low batting average? Does Joey Gallo not immediately do that? Matthew. I actually disagree. Because what happens in that situation is it's not necessarily selling off all your prospects. It's not selling that off. But the Yankees also got value in Rule 5 guys who they're not going to have a spot for. That they can actually get some of these guys for. Piera, Cabrera are two that are really legitimate prospects. So they're legitimate prospects, but they're not going to have a spot for them. Cabrera they could because I think he could be really good. But guys, listen to what I'm saying here. You keep your guys that you want to keep. What I'm saying is you can't have a deal for Matt Olson and not give up Clark Schmidt because that's the guy you want to hold on to. Volpe, I could have a little understanding for. You cannot do what Brian Cashman has done in the past. Guys, the news came out recently about Robbie Ray. And I was on this and I think it was 2017 or 2018 that I put it all out there. I was, again, way ahead of the game, had my shit on lock. I said, the Yankees are not willing to part with Clint Frazier again for a guy like Robbie Ray. And everybody said, oh, really, really, really? You can't lose a deal. Cliff Lee, Eduardo Nunez, Garrett Cole, Chance Adams, Robbie Ray, Clint Frazier. My point here is you don't got to say, hey, Oakland, here's my 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hey, Pittsburgh, here's my 7 and 8. Hey, Diamondbacks, here's my, 5, 6, 11, and 12. It's not like, I'm not saying like that, but you got to be smart up here. On top of that, you got guys on a major league roster who are no longer prospects that you could trade. Gleyber Torres got value. He got control. He got value. He got control. He also played better at second base, right? He got value. You can add something for Gleyber Torres. And you got, look, guys, the best second baseman on the Yankees is DJ LeMahieu. That's where you get the most value from DJ LeMahieu is if he could play second base. That is true. He is the best second baseman that the New York Yankees have. He should play the position that gives him the most value. We also know, as I told you guys, he was injured a majority of the year. It's a boy. It's your boy. Not it's a boy. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Baby's on the way. They all baby making tonight. It's a boy. It's your boy says, what 3 things would the Yanks need to do to have a good offseason? There's many things they can do, but let's imagine they only had 3. Very good question. I'll be happy to answer it for you. Let my brain think and let me get a sip of water. I think it's obvious. I'm going to make it a little different. And guys, stay with me here. Very good starting pitcher. Very good starting pitcher. I'm not talking about reclamation projects. Justin Verlander, who I wouldn't mind. I'm not talking about guys that have been decent. Tanaka. I'm talking about a legitimate starting pitcher. Robbie Ray mold. Alcantara. Sean Manaea. Bassett. Other guys that are available out there. Catcher? Can't talk about catcher enough. I cannot talk about catcher enough. Can't talk about it enough. I can't. Can't talk about catcher enough. They must change at catcher. They must. It is a must. Your starting catcher needs to play. Luis Castillo's another starting pitcher. Yes, Joe? Your starting catcher needs to play game 1s in playoffs. Wild cards in playoffs. Pitchers need to believe they can throw a ball in the dirt in a tight game with a runner on third base less than 2 outs. They got to believe that they can do that. Starting pitcher, elite, top guy, catcher, defensive-minded. I don't care about the offense production. Because you cats that talk about production, Joey Gallo will make up his production. He'll make it up. He'll make it up. And then you guys are probably thinking, I'm going to come back and say shortstop. I'm actually not going to say shortstop. I'm not going to say shortstop. I'm not saying shortstop. First base. First base is the other position. First base. Let me tell you guys why it's first base for me. The Yankees have always won with a good first baseman. With a really good first baseman. Mark Teixeira, Tino Martinez. We know. They've always been their best with a really good first baseman. Anthony Rizzo and Matt Olson, check that. And for you guys saying, well, Pete, what about this? What about the shortstops? There's a lot of them available that aren't the elite guys. I know everybody wouldn't think that's the sexiest thing in the world. But if you had a top flight starting pitcher to pair along with Cole, maybe Sevy bounces back. Monty was good almost all year. We got a nice little crop over there. We got a crop of starting pitchers. Okay? If everybody understands that, Jose Iglesias, I was joking about him, but he's pretty good. He's a good ball player. Good defensively, and he's not going to hit 200. Okay? You got options at shortstop. Get a glove. Everybody's very scared about losing production nowadays. Everybody's very scared about losing production nowadays. I noticed that. People are very concerned about this idea of production. You know what I mean? I hear this from the Yankee fan base a lot. One of the responses to what I probably just said about not necessarily needing the shortstop, it'll be nice. I wouldn't be against it. But I'm telling you guys what I believe their main needs are. A lot of people hear that and they go, well, Pete, what about the production there? The Yankees don't need that, guys. Defense is production. In case you guys didn't know that, which I believe you guys do know that, defense is production. Defense is production. The Yankees had horrible defense at shortstop all year. They have horrible defense at catcher. If they change that, they have added production to their ball club. Okay? I would say center field, but I don't see the Yankees completely letting Aaron Hicks go. That's my big thing. I don't see the New York Yankees letting Aaron Hicks go, but I do think center field is something the Yankees have to look at also. Jake, I saw your question a lot. Do I see the Yankees getting Correa? Look, I think it's as possible as anybody else because it's money. And the Yankees have it. So I would say the Yankees are a realistic bet for Correa. How likely am I to think it's going to happen? I don't know. I don't know yet. Would I be shocked? No. I wouldn't be shocked at all. I wouldn't be shocked. I do think, based on what I've heard already, they like Seager more, but we'll see. 4 likes. We're 4 likes. Now we got 108. We got 108 likes right now, but almost 300 watches. So guys, get the likes up. Click that little like button. Everybody in this room too. If you are not subscribed and you like what I'm doing If this is the first time watching, I'm telling you guys, this is going to be the spot to be for New York Yankee fans. I'm not going to talk about what we got going down in January because I'll do that very soon. But we got so much coming. If you guys are not subscribed, please go ahead, click the subscribe button, put the notifications on. If you like to talk Yankees, I think everybody in this chat right now who are used to me could tell you right now that I do this a lot, and we have an amazing time. Yes, I did see that Cashman set a priority as center field. Look, I am very happy. I am very happy to hear Brian Cashman say it. I need action on it. Aaron Hicks should not be the center fielder at his club. Brian Reynolds is not going anywhere, guys. Brian Reynolds is not going anywhere. Let me tell you why Brian Reynolds is not going anywhere. If you had hold of Brian Reynolds on your club and the Yankees came knocking, Anthony Volpe and everybody else needs to be involved because Brian Reynolds is that young, that controlled, and that damn good. That's not going to happen. That's one I could tell you right now, if it happened, I'd fall off the seat. Everybody knows how much I've liked and loved Brian Reynolds. That ain't going to happen. That ain't going to happen. That ain't going to happen. Nah, Don, mine doesn't say 1. Mine doesn't say 4. Right now, I got 125. So, fam, thank you so much for looking out, though, man. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you for caring, even. I know, I'm not even joking when I say that. I appreciate that, fam. I really do. So, we're seeing a lot of different things out there. We're seeing that Cashman is now saying that center field is a real spot of interest for the Yankees. You guys know what that means. There's a lot of center fielders out there available. There's also trades for center fielders that could be available. Buxton, Ketel Marte, we know about. You guys know how much I've loved Ketel Marte for many years. Would also cost a lot. But look, the Yankees got a great piece. And look, man, if the New York Yankees want to trade Gleyber Torres, which they should, if they want to trade Starling Marte, if they want to trade Gleyber Torres, which they should because it makes the team better, do it. He adds to the crop of talent we can deal. So it's not giving away your whole farm system. Imagine a Marte and Zach Gallen deal. Zach Gallen right now is a bit of a buy low, but if you look at his K to walk percentage, it's about the same as guys like Alcantara and Max Fried. I can see us making a trade soon. I don't know how big the trade would be, but I actually expect within the next week or so, there could be a deal because the Rule 5 is coming up and they got to move guys around. But guys, that's why I'm saying, look, man, I'm a Yankee fan first. You guys know that, right? I'm a Yankee fan first. I get information, I get news, I put it out there. But I'm a Yankee fan first. And this is the deadline, guys. I mean, not the deadline. This is the offseason. This is it. This is it. This is the crossroad. I've said this for a minute, and I mean it. This is the crossroad for the New York Yankees, guys. This is it. You're not going to see me celebrating if we get 1 or 2 pieces. I've said that. You're going to see me bashing. And everybody going to say, oh, Pete, you're a Debbie Downer. Blah, 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 blah. I'm just real. Gary should go. The Yankees are serious about changing philosophy. If the Yankees are serious about making change, there is no way Gary Sanchez is the catcher. I could make an excuse for Gleyber Torres playing second base, but even he should go. Cannot rely on Aaron Hicks. You can't rely on a bounce back in the starting rotation from Luis Severino. None of this stuff is hard. I'm not smarter than anybody else. This is common sense and what we've seen. You can't say we're adding to the rotation and it's a reclamation project again. Can't do it. Not with this crop. You don't have that excuse. if I'm going to sit there and believe, again, that this club is literally looking to change, they got to prove it through action, and it's not hard. I'm not asking for a big want here. I'm not asking for a big want. I'm not asking for a big want here. Look, Martin Maldonado wouldn't be a bad catcher. He has good defense. He has good defense. Carson Kelly wouldn't be a bad catcher. I still think the best catcher the Yankees can go for is Jacob Stallings. I've been saying that since the deadline of last year. You don't believe me? Look it up. Guys, I typically don't change my mindset. I think that's one thing everybody could agree on when it comes to me. I don't believe I missed a super chat. Did I get that one? Let me just double check, guys. Make sure I got. Yes, that was the last one. Okay, I got that one. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We'll see what happens. L.I. Yanking says, Pete, I'll say it now. Trading DJ LeMahieu would be smarter than trading Gleyber Torres. Look, that could be your opinion, but let me say this. You probably got a better shot of trading Gleyber Torres. In reality, you got a better shot at trading Gleyber Torres. And in my personal opinion, the Yankees are a better team with LeMahieu at second base than Torres at second base. They're a better team. Will the Pirates even trade Stallings? Yeah, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't the Pittsburgh Pirates trade Stallings, who has about 2 years left? He's at an all-time high right now. Gold Glove winner, arguably the best defensive catcher in the league, had his best offensive season also. How do you not trade him if you're the Pirates? How do you not trade him? The Yankees got options at catcher. I'm sick and tired of people saying, oh, I don't know what they do at catcher. I don't know what they do at catcher, Pete. I mean, who's gonna make up that production, Pete? Who's gonna make up Gary's production? Who's gonna make up all that production for them? I mean, Gary Sanchez is so good. Who's gonna block those balls like Gary does, Pete? I don't know. Come on, guys. We're better and smarter than that. We're better and smarter than that. We're better and smarter than that. We've played this charade for far too long. We played this charade for far too long. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. That charade has been played. It's played out. It's tiring. And it's time to move on. It's time to move on. It's truly that simple. It's not hard to find a good catcher. Everybody acts like it's the hardest thing in the world. It is not hard to find a good catcher. I just got a DM on Twitter. Somebody asked me, I don't know why they're just not here asking me, but they're a friend, so I'll answer it anyway. They asked me about Ian Happ. I like Ian Happ. Ian Happ could be a good center fielder. Ian Happ strikes out a lot. And I know I've also mentioned before to get some guys that strike out. But if you're going to go to center field, you got options now in Estevan Florial. I know a lot of people, he's AAA, blah, blah, blah. He could field, he could hit, he's an athlete. He hits for power, he could run. He does all that. The Yankees need speed. He supplies that. I like that a lot. But Ketel Marte is out there. Starling Marte is out there. So they have options in center field too. And look, I would love the idea if Aaron Hicks ends up being a fourth outfielder. I'm okay with that. Chris Taylor, I would like. I mentioned Chris Taylor. The reason why Chris Taylor gets a bye for me when it comes to a guy striking out is because he plays everywhere. So if a guy ever goes down, you likely got Chris Taylor that could play that position. And he plays them all very well. That's my thing about Chris Taylor. Because, people have mentioned that to me before. They go, Pete, I thought you said you want to add contact to the lineup. I do. But this guy can play all over the place. That's where I like him. Eddie Rosario, Jock Peterson. There's options. There's options. There's options. So that's the exciting thing about the Yankees offseason. That's the exciting thing. Now, the big thing is going to be, what does the reality be? What is the reality going to be? The reality is going to be key. The reality is going to be key. And that's the main thing, guys. That's the main thing. The reality is going to be key of what they do. So, we'll see what happens there. Let me get to some questions that I see in here. Let's go. Add another ace pitcher and a catcher. I'm right there with you. I've said that for a while. I think that's the point. Ryan Beck. Ryan, I know you like Florial. I like Florial a lot also. Eddie Rosario would be nice. Voit, Torres, and Schmidt for Olson and Manaea. Still think it would actually take more if you got Manaea in that deal. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. Guys, they're all out there, fam. They're all out there. I mean, I can't even talk about it enough. Oh my God. The reality is Meredith doing the WAP in the clubhouse. WAP, whatever, however you say it. Oh my God. Michael, my goodness. Any big moves you see that are not including the Yanks this offseason? Yeah, I think keep an eye on Texas and keep an eye on Detroit. I think Texas are going to do a lot of big things. I think they can surprise a lot of people. Texas has a roster with no money at all on it. They just moved into the new stadium, as you guys know. They actually recently also got a TV deal, I believe, about a couple of years ago. And they got some good young guys coming up. The Texas could do a lot of damage. Yeah, Matt G. That's why I'm not really talking about Scherzer. I don't believe there's a chance he comes to New York. Nelson, that will be wonderful. Correa ends up at third, Volpe at short, DJ at second, and Olson at first. That would be nice. Seattle also. I could see Seattle doing a lot. Oh, Ryan. Her favorite part is the part about macaroni. I don't even know what part that is. I don't think I've ever heard that damn song. The Rangers are going to do a lot of things. I think they're going to be very highly linked to a shortstop, one of the top ones. I could definitely see Trevor Story being that guy. I believe he's from Texas also. I could definitely see that happening. Do you think we will see any trades or signings in the next week, Pete? I don't know too much about signings, but I do think you'll see a trade. I do. I think you'll see a trade. Luis Castillo, I love. Again, guys, Yankees got everything to get these guys. I do not have any news on Jose Ramirez. I don't know if that's an actual possibility. Josh Jung is going to be a beast. What's the catcher? Sam Hill? Is it Hill? Hall? What's the catcher's name too? Guy's an absolute animal. But Dunning is good. Of course, they got a Leiter coming up. Sam Huff. Sam Huff. Sam Huff is another guy with loads of power. So they're going to be a good team pretty quickly, and they're not going to sit back and wait for guys to develop. They're going to be very, very good. Huff, yeah, Sam Huff, who's another really good talent. If Heaney can make $8 million, I'm pretty optimistic how much I can make next year. I agree. Hey, I agree. I expect NYY News to make into millions next year if Andrew Heaney is making $8 million. So let me just review here and make sure that's all I wanted to talk about with you guys. We covered We covered the players that are available. We covered a rant. We covered the coaching staff right now. Let's see. Was there anything? We covered most of what Brian Cashman talked about. I don't think there was anything really knock your socks off. He can't really talk about much right now. Yeah, I think that's everything that I wanted to cover today. Let's see. Olson cuts down the strikeouts so much last year. Pete, he changed his mechanics. Yeah, he did. He cut down a lot of strikeouts. Hard hit. Hits the ball hard everywhere. Just awesome. I would 100% engage in seeing if Gleyber Torres goes in that deal. No doubt about it. Gleyber Torres, maybe Luis Heel, maybe two other guys. I don't know why that couldn't be a start. Hey, if they want Luke Voit, throw Luke Voit in. I'm okay with that if they want him. But there's a lot of good options on the table. There's a lot of good options on the table. So guys, with that being said, again, I hope you guys enjoyed this live chat. It's been over an hour. Thank you to everybody who contributed with super chats. Thank you to everybody who subscribed. If you're still in this room and you have not subscribed, go ahead, click that subscribe button, put the notifications on so you don't miss it. You guys know me already from Twitter. If you don't follow us, go follow me on Twitter at Simonetti Got a lot of great things happening. Guys, come January, you guys are going to know what happens in January, how NYY News changes, what NYY News TV is going to be. So you guys will know what that is very, very soon. Give you a heads up, second week of December, we will drop all of that. So all that information is going to be out there, guys. If you guys like the Yankees, all I'm going to say, if you didn't see the teaser I have on the channel, we'll have so much Yankee content for you guys, your heads will spin. Okay? Your heads will spin. New podcast, multiple new podcasts coming over. I got to answer these super chats. L.I. Yankee King says, prediction, Mariners trade for DJ LeMahieu. In this trade, Mariners acquire infield DJ LeMahieu. Yankees acquire, okay. I'm going to stop right there because that's not going to happen. But hey, if it does happen, L.I. Yankee King, I will give you all the credit in the world. Anthony Medina, my friend, greatly appreciate you. Thank you so much. Pete, Yankees have no excuses. Now they have the money they need to spend, and with a couple of good trades here and there, they will be all right. They need to beat the evil empire again. Anthony, can't say it better myself, my friend. I cannot say it better myself. You are 150% right. Guys, I beg you, stay tuned to everything NYY News. We do this for you guys. This is the spot to be for everything New York Yankees. There is no denying it. If you are still here and you have not subscribed, do it. Notifications on. Thank you guys so much. Talk to you next time. See you soon.